Susan, and this is
Eliya, and welcome to Seed Scholars Gather and Grow Summer Series, where we're going to explore our senses out in our natural environment.
exactly. So we're going to be exploring our sense of sound, our sense of smell, and our sense of sight.
And our sense of touch, our sense of taste, and beyond. So stay tuned for some videos and activities that go with those senses.
Can't wait. Today we're going to be exploring the magic of sound as a glorious sense that helps us tune in, literally, to our surroundings. Standing here now and listening, I can already connect much more to my environment than when I'm usually just cruising through and not paying attention with my very handy ears. So I think about animals that are predators and are listening for their prey, and also animals who are prey and can tend to have really big satellite-shaped ears so they can hear anything or any threat approaching from a distance. Animals like cows, animals like deer, who have those big ears and can hear so much going on around them. So I'm taking that all in and tuning into those other creatures and to my own sense of sound, and am excited to make some things today that will help me participate more with my sense of sound too. I'm going to attempt to make an elder whistle. This is a fairly explicit connection to our sense of sound. I want to be able to create a sound using some things that I found in nature. So in this case, I harvested a piece of elder. It's best if it's about 2 years old, so somewhat established but still young, and it's green wood, so it's fresh, and it has a large pith. That centerpiece, you can kind of see that circle, that lighter colored circle in the center, and that's going to help me to hollow it out. There are quite a number of steps in this process, but I'm going to do my best to explain the overview, and I'll put in some steps for you to look at as well for your own process. And as always, whenever using tools, make sure that you're doing so safely and you have an adult with you to just make sure all is in order. But I'm going to be keeping my hands over here, my elbows on my knees, so that I have space and I'm not close to any of my key arteries, and just making sure that the sharp things are out in front of me, away from me where I can see them. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to be cutting about a finger's length of my elder piece. And next I'm going to be hollowing it out. You can use a twig or you can use a palm drill. There's a number of ways to do that. I'm going to hollow it out, and then I'll proceed to create a notch about 2 centimeters down. So that's about 2 fingernails down from the top. And I'll use my whittling knife for that task. And a number of other things you can do to decorate it, but I'll have to also create a dowel, a little piece that goes inside with a bit of a passageway for air to pass through to make the sound, and kind of a stopper at the end of the piece so that the sound is forced out of the hole. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and it's quite fun, it's quite meditative, and it will produce a sound. Here's the finished elder whistle. It is not easy. There were many attempts, and it requires patience and listening to hopefully an encouraging inner voice that tells you that you can try again. But you can see maybe a little better here how there's a straight line here and a 45-degree angle underneath to make the whistling piece, and you can create that by using the mallet and tapping gently on your whittling knife to get those angles, because depending on your piece of elder it can be quite fragile. But that part's really tricky, and you also need a dowel in there with a little bit of space to let the air through, and one on top that closes it off. So that's your elder whistle, and I hope that you enjoy its sound once you accomplish it and also enjoy the process.
Pretty good.
In this video, we are going to be exploring our sense of hearing. So we're going to be zoning into all of the sounds that we can hear around us, and we're going to create a lovely map of all of the sounds. So Eliya, if you start by taking a piece of cardboard and drawing yourself right in the center, so it can be a little stick figure, however way you want to draw yourself. And next, we're going to spend the next few minutes listening to all of the sounds that we can hear around us. You're going to place your piece of cardboard right in front of you, and you can draw pictures or words to describe all of the different sounds. So you might hear some tweeting from a bird, or you could draw the bird, or you could write what you can hear. Shall we give it a go? Let's go. So if I'm hearing a sound from that direction, I'm going to draw it on my map in front of me. If I'm hearing it from behind me, I'm going to draw it on the map behind where I've drawn my face. What I've thought. Fantastic. So we've finished our sound maps of all of the different things that we could hear around us. I have some chirping, some tweeting, some twit-twoo. I even did some squiggly lines to show the sort of sounds the birds are making. I heard some cars over this area. And there we have it.
Thank you so much for joining us for Gather and Grow Summer Series. We had a sensational time and we hope you did too. See you next time. Slán!